Hi, everyone, and welcome to your new moon in Sagittarius reading. Let's remember that new moons are all about new beginnings, new cycles, and planting new seeds and wishes for manifestation. You're going to be bringing in what serves you, what's good for you into your life, and that can be in any area or anything. So, we have Sagittarius energy surrounding this new moon. So, let's find out what is Sagittarius's key phrase? And there's actually two of them for Sagittarius. It is I seek and I see. So, what do they mean and where are they actually going to show up in your life? This energy the strongest during this new moon cycle. And how can you use it to your advantage? So, Sagittarius energy is all about the big picture, both seeing it and being able to see it. It is the endless optimist, the freedom seeker, the truth seeker, always wanting to know, do, and be more. They want to know the why and the why not. It is expansion of the mind and is driven by the motivation to discover your own individuality and place in the world. You could also think of it as being the proverbial professional student, having a lifelong need to learn about different religions, spirituality, philosophies, foreign lands, and the people who live within their borders, and even traveling to them for the grassroots experience. Sagittarius energy does not hide. It likes to stand out from the crowd. It is independent. It can sometimes be unapologetic and blunt, and it has purpose and drive. However, it also has a go with the flow energy that is fun, jovial, adventurous, charitable, and kind. But be aware that the shadows of this energy can be moving too fast to see a situation in its entirety, being too self involved, being a little careless, and being unkind. So now that we know what this Sagittarius I see energy is, let's take a look at where it is showing up for each zodiac sun sign and rising sign. You know, I always say watch for your rising sign first because it's going to resonate the most. If you need help with that, leave me a comment, okay? And I will help you free of charge find your rising sign. But if you do not know your rising sign, you can always watch for your zodiac sun sign. They're the same thing, all right? And if you want to book a personalized new moon reading based on your very own birth chart with me, there is a link in the description box, and that takes you directly there where you can see the description and the pricing. So let's get right into this. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pick a Card, which is the second part of your new moon in Sagittarius reading. This is where, if you've decided what you've already read, it's something you've been working on, or maybe you're not feeling it right at the moment. In one of these piles, I'm going to give you other options, other houses to go and look at. And maybe you'll feel this new moon in Sagittarius using that Sagittarius energy. Doesn't mean it's just for Sagittariuses here. It's Sagittarius energy that you are going to find something in here that will resonate, something that you kind of know that you need to work on and maybe have been ignoring. So here we are. We have pile 1 with the Garden Quartz is the crystal. It's Harvest Witch and number 21. Pile 2 is Flower Agate crystal. It is Mountain Cabin and 27. So whether it is the crystal, the card, what's on the card here, whatever calls to you is the pile you're meant to go to. If you feel you need to watch both, you can most certainly do that. But I'm going to leave you right now to make your choice, and I will see you in your pile or piles. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this Garden Quartz crystal moon, which is so pretty. I'm just going to put that right there for you, okay? Or maybe you chose because of this Harvest Witch card, the number 21. We are going to read this at the end, okay? So I'm just going to move this over. There we go. Set that right there for you, and we'll get into that. Right now, we're going to get into the additional areas that maybe you want to have a new beginning in. You want to have a new cycle in, a new start in, where you want to plant those seeds and wishes to bring them into manifestation into your life, okay? So pile 1, let's get right into this. I'm going to be doing tarot with it as well. Oh, look at that. Lilith, repressed desires. Okay, I'm going to bring the card out that I normally do 3 right here at the beginning. I'm going to hold this up so you can see the name of the card, okay? And it says manifestation and magic. Well, isn't that what it is? Life is a magical experience. Become the muse of your own verses. So rather maybe than being, when we think of muse, we think of someone else, like it's always, it seems with creative people, with artists, they have a muse, right? That is the person that they get their inspiration from. But here's Spirit saying to you, it's time for you to inspire yourself, okay? So I love that. But we're talking new moon energy. We have Sagittarius energy, and there is a timestamp if you want to go back and listen to it again on your own time. But for right now, we're really talking about the thing I love about Sagittarius, and I want to say one of the most important is seeing things big picture, having the ability to see things big picture, and then wanting to go after that, right? Believing that anything is possible. Wanting to expand your mind, wanting to learn, okay? Because there's lots about Sagittarius energy that is all about lifelong learning, whether it's your philosophies, your spirituality, religion, foreign lands and people that live there, whatever it is. This is really asking you to focus on that, okay? Now, we didn't get any houses here, and that's okay. We're going to get them throughout the reading. Sometimes there's individual messages that come along with the houses, all right? So what I'm going to say here, let's get into Lilith a little bit. And I don't want to spend a lot of time there. It does say repressed desires, but that can be a desire in any area of your life. I think a lot of people, and it can mean if it has to do with intimacy or sexual desires in some way, okay? But that's not just it. It's in any area of your life, because these are the desires in your life that you've kept secret because maybe people don't agree with them. You would get rejected or criticized for them. And it doesn't have to be all dark and scary and ominous, all right? It literally can be anything. It's whenever it is that you are hiding something within, because you're afraid of, if you let it out, what people would think or do or how they would react. That is what Lilith energy is here, okay? Because Lilith isn't a planet. Lilith is actually a point, okay, on your chart, which is easiest way to explain it. It's the furthest spot from the earth that the moon can reach, and it's always in darkness. It never gets illuminated. That's why it's the deepest, darkest desires. It's something that you never want to let out. So I feel in this reading, because we are manifesting here, we're bringing our dreams, our wishes, what it is that we want in our life, we're bringing it into manifestation. And like I said, it isn't all dark and sexual and crazy, okay? It can be any area of your life. All right. Usually has to do with something that maybe we don't like about ourselves. We can call it a shadow. Okay. Because it kind of does live in darkness in the shadow of the moon. So it could be something like that. Say, for example, you live in a family and all of a sudden you become me and you're reading tarot cards and they're like, oh, I don't know about that. It's dark and demonic and everything else. And you're like, no, it's not. You know what? You just have to, not worry about what the other people are thinking here, okay? That's the Lilith energy. Let's look at the next card. Action. Yeah, taking action. This is about taking action on what it is that you want to manifest and bring in. If you want to bring up some of those repressed desires, because like myself, you've always just had a bit of a pull to this type of work, okay, or and you're doing it for the most part, or I can only speak for myself. Say you want to help people. This isn't about me. This isn't about me. It's me doing something I enjoy, but it helps people in the end, and that's like, kill two birds with one stone here. All right, you guys. So it's about taking action, though. We're going to bring that deep, dark Lilith energy out. And that may resonate for some of you, but not all of you. Let's get into the rest of the cards, okay? Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon and Pisces. I also want to say it's kind of a cross between Pisces and Sagittarius energy, right? Because I feel that part of Sagittarius energy is wanting to learn, wanting to figure out, different areas, aspects, feelings about spirituality, religion, and then using it in a practical way. That's the goal. So maybe for some of you, this is important. I'm going to talk about the house here in a second that you can look at, but let me get a tarot with it as well. Whoa, that one flew right out over my candle. Death card, release. So basically what it's saying, it comes back to taking action, being able to take action to release. Death card is not a scary card, everyone. Death card is Scorpio, and death card is all about transformation. You let go of what no longer serves you, you bring in what does. Full moon, you let go of what no longer serves you. New moon, you bring in what does. Now, we know this is going to take longer than one moon cycle for most people, okay? And that's all right. There's no rush here. But what I do want to say is, they're saying you need to find the balance. So whatever it is in your spirituality, we'll even say religion for some of you, and practicality, okay? What needs to be released so that you can use it in a practical way. All right? There's something that needs to be released there so that you can bring in with this Sagittarius energy, which is perfect, what does. But the house we want to look at is 12th house. So that is all about your unconscious mind, your intuition, your imagination, your dreams, spirituality again. Okay, that's why Pisces is here. It's also about solitude, self-reflection, right? Healing. Letting go of what isn't serving you so you can heal and bring in what does. But it's also about the hidden and unseen. And I love that with Lilith because, again, see how the messages will tie in. It's really, this is hidden and unseen, and you want to bring it to the light, the mystical, the magical. Okay? So in those areas, where do you need to release something so that you can bring in what does serve you? Let's get on to the next card. We have full moon in Leo. Go wild. Look, Leo is about being the king of the jungle, standing out in the sun, okay? Even if you are the person, now here's something I want to say. Don't mistake standing out in the sun meaning that you need to be the center of attention. Because not all Leos, a lot do, like to be the center of attention in different areas and ways in their life, and a lot don't. They may work really well behind the scenes, which is kind of 12th house Pisces energy, working behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean you can't go wild. That doesn't mean that you can't shine in that area. Again, I feel like pulling this out. What's behind the scene? You know what? You can shine there. It doesn't have to be out in everyone's face. Okay, someone needed to hear that. So when you hear in messages, oh, it's your time to shine, and you're like, I'm not going out in the spotlight. Not everyone's meant to go out into the spotlight, okay? Doesn't mean you can't shine. So I love that message coming from Spirit right there. 9 of Pentacles. Find your comfort zone. Are you meant to shine in the spotlight? Are you meant to not to? You shine where you're comfortable, okay? But you need to shine. And shining isn't being in your comfort zone and hiding. And hiding things and pulling back. That's not it. You do have to step out for yourself to shine, okay? With that Leo energy. Now, this is also with the Leo energy here, 5th house. So maybe in the 5th house, what can you bring in? Is it the ability, the tools that you will need, figuring out what they are, that you need to bring in to help you shine when it comes to your creativity, your hobbies, any sports or entertainment that you may partake in or even play, okay? Sometimes with the 5th house, it's to do with children. So where do you need to shine? And I want to say, as a parent, as a grandparent, as an auntie or uncle, where do you need to shine? All right, even as an older sibling when it comes to children, but it is about your children. Okay, so for most of you, it's going to be about your own. But look, these messages will hit where it resonates with people. So if you play an important role in your niece and nephew's lives, then you are someone who can shine for them and show them the way, okay? And you're showing in this case that you can achieve things on your own. All right, and that doesn't mean that whatever it is you're trying to achieve doesn't have helpers. Sure, that's not what we're saying. It's that you took the initiative, you took the action to make it practical, okay, to succeed in it, all right? I feel like that is its own little message there, but it does give us fifth house. So we have 12th and 5th here, okay? Let's get on to the next card, boundaries. For some of you, this may be this new moon in Sagittarius, and with that Sagittarius energy is creating boundaries, which for Sagittarius energy sometimes can be a little bit of a problem because that energy just wants to go, go, go. So I feel the message that they're bringing in here is you may feel with this is a very, Sag is like, I used to say, I have to bring it back out because we are approaching December here. The new moon is actually December 1st. I released this a few days early so you can get ready, right? But it is that, the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, where in one of them, there's little Chet, the reindeer that wants to be part of Santa's sleigh. And Tim Allen's character is like, well, I don't know if he's quite ready yet because he's just all over it. He's like Bambi on ice, right? So I want to say, I feel sometimes Sagittarius energy can kind of put us into that state, and I can speak to it personally. I have a Sagittarius rising. So, and it's what most people see about me before they see my Scorpio sun, okay? So it's kind of interesting. But that is normal too. It's your outward appearance, right? So I want to say there may be somewhere that you're going to have to just set boundaries up. I feel like it's for yourself. And here's what I want to say too. Sorry when Spirit gets on a roll. It can come back to this Lilith energy. It can come back to this energy where you may have to set the boundaries up where this is important to me. I'm not hurting anyone. No one's being hurt by this. This is not illegal. This is something I enjoy, because I'm talking in any area of your life, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. So you may have to set the boundary up to say, while I appreciate your feedback, this is my life and I'm not harming myself or anyone else here, right? I want you to be supportive of me, not putting, not you putting boundaries up that I'm a crazy person for, being interested. I'm just using this as an example in something like this. I'm still me. I speak to this personally. I'm still me. I still make the same jokes. I sometimes still curse like a sailor because that's a bad habit. Those are bad habits. But I'm still me. I still have the same interest. I still love the same TV shows and going out to the same restaurants and hanging out with my same friends. Just because I like to practice tarot and mediumship and stuff like that, that's just one of my belief systems that I have, okay? That is just one of my enjoyments in life. It's one way I help people, but it does not mean that I'm some dark, depraved, crazy person, okay? So I am hoping you can relate to that in this message, right? Where you may have to set boundaries up to the people that are really going to push back there, where they're going to push back, okay? Just tell them you'd rather have their support, that they are seeing you happy and productive, and you know what? That's more important to you than anything. But also here with the King of Cups, they want you to really take on his energy of being calm, being diplomatic. You don't need to fight about any of this. Calm, diplomatic, being wise, making wise decisions, but most importantly, being emotionally balanced. Where balance again, okay? But you can bring it into any of these areas. Even when you're taking action, you take balanced action. When you're going wild to shine, balanced going wild to shine, okay? Wise decisions when you're doing that. So I love these messages for you. So we had additional for you here is 12th and 5th. If by chance those are the houses that you read for and you're thinking, oh no, there's really not anything there. Not that, because there's going to be two situations. You've either been working on that yourself already, which is good, okay? In one of those areas, there may be another. But I always say this is spirit doubling down. If you read for the 12th house already or the 5th house, and then you pick this pile, that's because spirit wants you to hear these messages, to maybe go back into these two houses and take another look. Okay, now let's get into what can be another house for you, okay? Just going to get another card, advice, guidance. Again, these messages are, I say they're multi-purpose. They're giving you the additional places to focus on, as well as some inspiration guidance, okay? Gemini, 6th house. Oh no, sorry you guys. That's in my own chart. I look, you know what I saw in my mind's eye? My own chart. That's interesting though. So maybe some of you need to go look at the 6th house too, which is about your work, your job, your daily routines, your daily duties and responsibilities and obligations, your service to other people, okay? And or your health and wellness too, all right? So some of you need to look at that. That's very interesting because I literally, when I saw Gemini, I literally saw my own birth chart because my 6th house is Gemini, okay? So here's what I want to say though. Gemini is the 3rd house, all right? So that is your house of communication. This is rise to challenges as a new path opens. That's what this is all about, planting those seeds, bringing in what you need. It's a new path for you. We talked about it. Could it be new beginnings, new cycles, new starts, negotiation? I almost feel like that's a message of communication with others because I said it's how... 3rd house, how you think, how you learn, how you share and express yourself. But it can also be with your siblings and extended family, and your immediate surroundings or community, which I feel ties into what I was talking about here and here with the boundaries, okay? And taking on that King of Cups energy where you need to be the wise one, the diplomatic one, the emotionally balanced one, okay? Very important here for that. But look at that third house as well. So now, look, we went from 2 to 4. So just because I saw my birth chart for a reason. Okay, so whatever that is, nothing is by chance in my world. Everything is for a reason. Let's look at this card now, Harvest Witch, 21, which could be important to you, also goes to a 3, which is that third house again, communication. But it says, what sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? And that vision is that Sagittarius energy, right? Seeing things big picture. That's how you should be looking at all of this. This is what I see. What do I see long term? What do I see as the end result? With the 12th house, how do I imagine this big picture to unfold? Okay? That is why I love this card right here, that we just, once again, randomly got picked to come in as the card you maybe would have been drawn to. One last message for you here, pile 1. Okay, we're going to go through them like this. Okay. I see the gateway is open and the pathway is clear. My journey begins. Well, right there, what else do we need to say? I always say that and then say something else. I need to stop because then the point is not made the same. Look, the journey begins now. This is a chance, here I go, for you to bring stuff in that's going to help you start on a new journey in some area of your life here. I wish you all the best, pile 1. Thank you for being here. I will see you in your full moon reading around the middle of the month of, well, you're watching this, I'm assuming, if you're seeing it the day it comes out, towards the very end of November. So middle of December, you're going to see full moon. And actually, we have another new moon coming up again at the end of December. Okay, so this one's December 1st. I think the next one is December 30th. So I'll be releasing that right around Boxing Day or the 27th. Okay, so you'll have time to look for that new moon energy as well. Thanks again. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2, this very pretty flower agate crystal moon, okay? Or this card, Mountain Cabin, number 27. I'm going to bring this in towards the end. We'll see if it's an additional message, if it fits into the reading. It can go either way, all right? But let's pile 2, get right into what we have here. The first 3 cards I do on their own, and then I bring tarot in with these. So, whoops, I have them upside down. We have Trine coming in as that first card, okay? Trine. Love it. In astrology, when you're reading charts, you have trines. These are the way the planets are placed in your chart and how they relate to one another. When you have a trine, it's really about an effortless gift that you have. Maybe so effortless that you're not even aware of it, okay? It's usually, well, not usually, it's always of the same element. So in the signs, for example, it would be the same element. So it would be like a Pisces and a Cancer would be water and water. That's why they get along, right? Because it's the same element, okay? So it could be Aries and Leo, fire and fire, all right? But anyhow, what I want to say about this, I do want to read the card too, because it says, and they're 120 degrees apart, but it's fluency, ease, talent, development, privilege, aptitude, self-comfort. It can also be temper, laziness, intelligence. But what I feel here with the trine, I'm leaving we'll see if that temper, laziness, and intelligent comes in somehow in the reading. I'm not feeling it right now. We're talking about bringing things in, right? We're talking about new beginnings, new cycles, new starts, planting those seeds, right, of your dreams and wishes so that you can bring them into reality, to bring in what's good for you. In full moon, we release what isn't to make room so we can do this. So we're doing it with this new moon pile too, with that Sagittarius energy. There is a timestamp if you want to go back and look at that, okay? Or to listen to it again on your own time as you're going to work through this for yourself. But I'll just tell you right now, we want to see things big picture. We want to learn as much as we can. We want to not just be able to see big picture with our imagination and imagine what it can be on the other side of whatever these might end up being for you. It's then being able to go out after it, because Sagittarius energy is quite fiery, and it's quite quick moving, okay? Sometimes so quick moving or speaking that it can put its foot in its mouth, all right? So, or be a little blunt or unapologetic. So remember that as well. But we really want to have this harmony of an effortless gift. This is going to be something that you're really good at. I feel that you need to bring in. I'm just going to say that. That's its own little message here with this card. Look. Here's the next card, so you can see the name if you want to look that up. But it's Libra, which is the 7th house. So there's a house for you. We're going to get into that in a minute. Look, balance and wealth. Witness your desires blossom and expand. Yes, that's what we're talking about. When you simply ask for what your soul demands. Your soul is speaking. Well, our souls speak to us all the time. Whether we recognize it or not is a different story. Whether we misinterpret it or not is a different story. That's what we call trusting your intuition. And it takes time. It takes practice, okay? And when you start having these little nudges, these little hints, you start hearing, the same song over and over again on the radio, and not because they're playing it over and over because it's a new hit. It would be like something that could be really old, and all of a sudden you're on this channel, you hear it, then you're in the Shoppers Drug Mart or in Walgreens in the US, right? And you're like, oh my God, there's that song again. And then you go into a restaurant and you're like, oh my God, there's that song again. That kind of thing, right? Or you keep seeing something over and over again. Those are the little hits, the little niggles. Just, you know what? You're looking at something and this idea pops in and you thought, wow, I've never thought about it like that before. But I feel like this is something that you're really good at. So that's one message for you. You need to work and manifest. Start working on this new moon in Sagittarius, your big plan about something that you're good at. You know what it is. You know what it is. Let's get the other card that goes with this, self-love. Okay. Maybe for some of you, it's going to be loving yourself. Maybe you have a bit of an issue where you don't feel self-worth or self-confidence or self-love. Or maybe with this, you just don't take the time. You're busy here with Libra giving to everyone else, and you're not taking the time to take care of yourself. This can be a message for some of you, okay? These messages work in mysterious ways. Well, really, do they? We call it spirit talking, right? God, source, universe, whomever it is for you. You're on pile 2 for a reason, pile 2. Let's look at the rest of the cards and see if we can't get some more houses. I said here 7th. That is anything to do with legal affairs like contracts and negotiations. It can be. Okay, it can be your one-to-one relationships, spouse, partner, friendships, family, significant other. It can even be partners in business. Okay, it can be clients in business, because sometimes you work really closely with clients depending on what kind of job you have, what it is that you do, and you have very close relationships with them. It may be working, but it's still close. You need to get along. There needs to be harmony, fairness, and balance and justice, right, in it. So it is a very important one-to-one relationship. Now, go back and read about that house. You could go back and listen to the Sagittarius energy, but I want to say there's something around there that you need to be pulling in, something that's good for you, something that's you're going to learn from, something that's going to expand your mind, right? Something that has big picture attached to it in some way. All right, let's get the next card. Surrender to the divine. Oh, I love that. No house on this, but that's okay. We're going to have other cards that will have houses for you to look at. This just might be a message. I almost want to say right here with the self-love, is this really, could it be surrendering over to divine? Again, spirit encompasses all those different things I said earlier. Whatever it is, it's kind of like releasing and letting go to spirit. What it is that's keeping you from having love for yourself, treating yourself with love and kindness and compassion and care. Okay, so that could be a message for someone out there. Or if this is something, again, that you're really good at, I said you should be bringing this in. It's almost like maybe you've tried before. Maybe you just don't know how to try. I was talking about all those little hints they can give us. Hand it over. If it's God for you, you hand it over to God and you say, look, I know I'm good at this. I have no idea how to even begin. Please show me. Show me how. Give me some hints, some ideas. And then you remain open for them, okay? Eight of Swords, anxiety. For some of you, it's going to be transferring over your anxiety in general in life about whatever it is in your life to spirit, or your anxiety surrounding, again, like I said, you're like, I know I'm really good at X, Y, or Z, but it makes me anxious. I just don't even know where to begin. Again, this is about being confident and loving yourself and knowing and understanding that you're good at it. And there's something big picture here for you. Okay. But it's letting go of this anxiety. So it's going to be bringing the tools in to help you release that. Okay. Is it bringing the tool in? Again, with the Sagittarius energy, I always want to say, you know what it is. And now you're looking at it and you're going, if I were actually to be successful at this, and success can mean many different things. It could be at home. It could be in the workplace. It could be with your friends in any area of your life. And you go, I'm sorry, success can be anything there. It's, it's not always like worldwide famous on a stage success. But you have to imagine what that would look like. It's using your imagination. It's believing in yourself, okay? And then you imagine it, and then that can be step number one for you, I feel. Imagine what it is, what that would look like, okay? You just may, if you're an artist, say you like to use watercolors and paint. And I'm just thinking when I was down in Halifax last fall, we went out near the water and they have this little place set up and it's a bunch of different artists and artisans in different ways, okay? And maybe it's something that you just might do on a weekend. It's something you may do on weekends during the summer months where because there's lots of artists and pictures there, of course, of the local area, or using local materials from the local area and creating art. And you just do it on the side. But that's success. It's making you feel good. Look, you're even bringing in a little money from it. It did say wealth, balance and wealth. It's that type of thing, okay? Just to give you an idea. Moving forward. New moon in Sagittarius. Oh, we're doubling down on that Sagittarius energy, but this is the 9th house. So go back and read about the 9th. It's like the Sagittarius energy that I've talked about. This 9th house is all about religions, spirituality, what you believe in, your philosophy, your belief systems, learning, studying, higher education. For some of you, you may be a really good student, and this could be going back to learn something to help you, right? but focus on the positive is the message here. So we have 7th and 9th. Now, what I always like to say in these piles, and I don't know if I've always said them, I know for a while now I've been saying it, but just as a reminder, or in case you're new here watching this, when Spirit, so for example, you've gone in for your rising sign. If you don't know that, then you're looking for your zodiacs and or sun sign, right? / sun sign. It's the same thing. And you've already read for the 7th, and you've already read for the 9th, and you're like, no, I'm not really feeling anything in there. Spirit's saying, oh, but you need to. Because you came to this pile, and now I'm telling you there's definitely something, or we are telling you, right? They are telling you there's definitely something in that 7th or 9th house that you need to revisit, okay? Is it you may need to go back to school? You may need to go take a course to improve your skills. Is it just about you somehow in relationships or partnerships? This is going to work for you. Whatever, it can be any of those. And again, you're starting it with this energy, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to, all of a sudden, all right, Sagittarius, new moon's over, December's over. It's time to move forward now. No, some of you, it will happen quickly, and others, it takes time. It's just the way it is. Take time for reflection, stillness. That's what the Hanged Man is. That, I always like to say, is the Hanged Man being able to look at a situation, because we're using Sagittarius big picture energy and looking at that big picture. Look how perfect. This Hanged Man is hanging attached to the world, okay? Big picture. All right. I need to look at this I need to look at it at 90, at 180, at 270, at 360 degrees. I need to see it all the way around, okay? And focusing on the positive of it. Love that message. Next, we have day moon, love. We're back to this love again. There's really something here, I feel, for some of you that is attached to you really manifesting your dreams and wishes, bringing in what it is that you love. For others, it's about loving yourself and feeling confident and positive that you are capable of this, okay? Beautiful messages here, pile 2. Love, love, love this. Okay. And when Spirit sees you taking the initiative, that's when they step in. Okay? Look, King of Swords, knowledge. And I told you that Sagittarius 9th house energy is all about learning, expanding your mind. But with the King of Swords here, it's also about being the leader in your life. Being clear about what it is. When we try to manifest things, and this is why sometimes it doesn't work out for people if you've tried it in the past and you're like, well, nothing happened. It's with the intention you go in with, yes, but also, are you actually clear? Like just saying, I want a new car. Okay, so I'm going to use this example. This is what they're showing me. 2 people. This person over here has a decent vehicle. There's really nothing wrong with their vehicle. It's under 5 years old or under 10 years old. It's running, no problems. And then there's the person over here who, if they had that, who needs one, if they had that vehicle, it would cut 2 hours of travel time off their day every day. They're working hard. They're doing what they need to do. So's this person, working equally as hard, okay? But it would really help improve the life situation of person number 2 over here. Well, this person just wants a new car because they're bored and tired of the one they have. There's nothing wrong with it. This person is trying to manifest a new car because it can change their life around in so many different ways. It may be that it can give them more family time, give them more time to work on what it is that they're good at, right? Just give them more time in the run of a day rather than it being a 2-hour bus ride to work and a 2-hour bus ride home from work. It's now a 40-minute drive home to and a 40-minute drive home. You see what I mean? It's not that this person is bad or undeserving. it's just not really needed. It's a want, not a need. That's the way I describe it. Many people think differently about this, but I feel that that does make a difference. Again, my opinion only. Okay. So that's why I say you need to be clear about why you want to manifest something. Is it a want or is it a need? Okay. Because Spirit's going to look at you and go, we hear you, but you really don't need that car right now. There's something else in your life that you probably need more. And it's not always going to be, physical things like, cars, clothes, houses. It's just about anything in your life, right? Maybe it's manifesting in how to figure out how to get this real talent that you have, this effortless gift, and turning it into something else. Maybe that's what person one really needs to be trying to manifest, where this person over here needs to be manifesting that vehicle. And it might not even be a new vehicle, but it's just one that's going to work and help them. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but I feel it needed to be said in this pile for whatever reason. Now, let's look at another house. Okay, so we have, what do we have here? We have, what did I say? Good Lord. The 9th and, the 7th. I was like looking, I was a little Libra up here. Let's get another, okay? And this can just be another house for you or advice and guidance. Look at that, you guys. An emotional phase or domestic development, Cancer, acceptance. So, 4th house, anything to do with your home, your family, your ancestry, nurturing yourself. Okay, I see how this is tying in about that self-care, that self-love, believing in yourself, right? Your inner emotions, getting them, being clear about them, right? Really like, what do I need to nurture here when it comes to my inner emotions? It's also about how you feel safe and secure too. So maybe once you feel safe and secure, it allows you to step out with this effortless gift. Okay, love how that came in. So we now have the 4th, 7th, and 9th for you to go back and look at. Let's look at this card and one last oracle before we go for your pile 2. Mountain Cabin. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. Yeah, we talked about it right here with the Hanged Man. Taking that time to just, I want to say a saying, and I don't know, I can't get it out right, but you're really getting all your ducks in a row, right? You're looking at everything from every angle. So maybe for some of you, you can retreat off to a mountain cabin. It could be your basement. It could be your bedroom. It could be somewhere in your backyard, a park, whatever it is. But 27 or the number 9 could be important to you because we can make that a 9. But it says there are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. I feel the healing is you learning to love, care, nurture, and respect yourself and have confidence. And the enlightening is with everything else we've been talking about. Love how that card came in with additional guidance and tied right into the message. Okay, plus it's a pretty card. Now let's get one last card for you, number 2. All right. Whoa, way too many. Okay, let's try this again. It was raining here. Everything gets a little damp sometimes. There, that one just came out. I let go of the anxieties of others. Oh. Could that be where some of this anxiety is coming from? For some of you, and that's why this card came out. Maybe it's the people in your life that we all have them, right? They may even have good intentions, but they're maybe I call them the negative Nellies or the negative Nancys. They're just like, oh, well, do you really think you could, if you start doing your paintings, should you be wasting your time on that? Or, oh, I don't know. Do you really have time or the resources to be taking a little, get away for yourself to look at things? I mean, can't you just do it here? It would be that kind of I don't know. That's just what is coming out for me, right? But I let go of the anxieties of others. This is about you, pile 2. It is about you. It's about you manifesting in what is good for you. Thank you so much. I will see you. This is coming out because the new moon is December 1st. So this is the end of November. You're seeing this. You may be seeing it in December, but whatever. It was put out the end of November. Full moon will be mid-December, and we actually have another new moon coming forward at December 30th, I believe it is. So I'll be releasing that video, usually 2 to 3 days ahead of time, which is right at that Boxing Day 27th mark, okay? So be looking out for that, and I will see you in maybe some of my other videos. Good luck. I wish you all the best.